Seoul fit check, turtleneck, puffer, long socks, and booties. Let's go. Good morning and welcome back to another vlog from our Seoul series. It's a very exciting day today, so we are starting off with some delicious creamy lattes and a salt bread. We are at a little cafe downstairs from our hotel, which is called Cream Chick. Very interesting name. The coffee was pretty good and the salt bread was delicious, even though it had this whopping large hole in the middle. Where the bread? Where the bread at? Some of you may already know about me that I am about as weeby as they can get. So when I read there was an Akihabara equivalent in the center of Seoul in a giant multi-story mall, you know I'm going to check it out. This was also peak interest destination for Cobb, being an electronics center, so we really were getting the best of both worlds with this day. The first thing you'll find when you enter the mall is that it is whopping big. There are so many stories. I don't even think we ended up getting up to the top one. But if you are channeling some otaku hot girl, hot boy shit, floor 9 is where you want to be going. And to be fair, the floors above and below were also giving big anime energy. The internets will tell you this is a fading mall. And I gotta be honest that I just don't get it. It had so much charm and so much appeal. I would be coming here all the time if I was a local. My assumption for the reason it's so quiet is just like the rest of the world, there's a huge change in consumer behavior and people just aren't leaving the house anymore and they can buy things online. But it still is fundamentally hard to accept that such a beautiful place has so few people. For context, this was one day before the free BTS show, and it was the highest recorded numbers of tourism in Seoul for the last decade. Where are the weebs at? What are the tourists doing? Yeah, we're all out here dreaming about V, but damn, considering how Akihabara was one of the busiest, craziest times I had in Tokyo, you could barely get a breath in, you could barely get a centimeter in the streets. This is just so surprising, and it was really relaxing to just be able to get around, explore freely, and not have to worry about the hustle and bustle of the crowds. I just love the retro feel, the way the colours are in this mall, the reds, the oranges, the blues, the little pops of colour in the seat. It was just so charming, and I feel like I'm on this ascent to the anime kingdom. Let's go. I'm gonna start this with some foreshadowing that I saw this NIKKI exhibition poster as I walked in, and it will not be included in this video, but I did go there directly after this, so that will be next week's video. Stay tuned. Upon entering the 9th floor, I was audibly gasping at the prices of these figures already. So for Australia anyway, it's about 1,001 to 1 AUD currency transfer, so these toys were like $20-$25, and that's unheard of. I'm paying like $50, $60, $70 a toy at home, and even in Japan, like one of the Dan ones I just saw, I paid $45 for in Japan. It was $20. This Kitagawa Marin on the right, I actually won from a gacha machine in Japan. It was so cool to see it in a store. No matter what anime you're into, there was something here for you. And honestly, the variety of different shows, different niches, different everything here compared to Akihabara was insane. Literally, the prices, it's like you're paying less for a brand new toy than you pay for a secondhand toy from Trader in Japan. Quite early on, I stumbled across this area because they are all sectioned off into specific areas by specific sellers. That was closed, and it had all the Oski No Ko toys and a really good selection of free run toys, so I was devastated. I just kept going and looking at the back window of this little stall, hoping I would see somebody there. And after maybe an hour of walking around in other areas, I come back and it was open. I decided these were some of the toys I was going to get. I was gonna be a B-Komachi girl, baby. For anyone planning to come here to buy toys, you do really need to look for people to make the actual purchases. Because it's so quiet, I think they're not that used to people being here. So you kind of have to go out of your way to find somebody working here, get up the Papago app, tell them what you want. He come in, actually took photos of all the ones I pointed to, and then went and got them in their boxed brand new form, which was very cool. By this point I was starting to become very conscious of the weight limit on my bags, and I had already thought Cobb has space that I do not, so we will utilize that. I didn't buy this one figure of A and the kids, but oh my god, I really wanted it. This one was actually a bit more on the expensive side. It was $95, but man, I've never seen it anywhere. I really wanted all of these things. Why can't I just buy the whole window? I knew Cobb was going to kill me for this, but I had broken away from him strategically early on, and there ain't no one getting between a weeb and her purchases.
What did you buy?
Some toys.
What did you buy? Oski No Ko. More Oski No Ko. You got every girl in Oski No Ko.
That was like $100. All of that. Oh my god. I'm in heaven. After a little bit of groveling, we progressed to the Gatchapong section, which was so cool. What was very uncool though was the Gatchapong that I wanted the most out of everything was this free room one, and it was sold out. I walked around and around and around to all the different Gatchapong sections, and I couldn't find this machine, and I actually didn't find it again throughout all of Seoul. So if anybody knows where to find it, you let me know. It's hard to explain the sheer amount of machines there was here. It's probably the equivalent to maybe 3, 4, 5 even separate Gatchapong stores that have multi-stories. Just anything you can think of, all the different types, all the different brands, they were all here. And one benefit, I know I'm comparing to Japan a lot, but one huge benefit to the Gatchapongs in Korea is you can use your card. You can use a Wise card and tap it. You don't need to have coins on you. So if you find something you want, bam, done. Whip out the Wise, it's yours. I loved that. The average price of the Gatchapong toys ranges with the size and type of machine, but it's pretty much from $4, most of them $5, up into the $8s if it's a larger toy or something more collectible. There's probably the most actually around the $6.50 mark, I think. That's kind of the sweet spot, which isn't bad, but I think the other full-size toys are better value. Another big section of the centre was glass cases with your blind box toys that are maybe at a slightly higher price than they would be just to get the blind box, but if you're looking for something specific from a series, a very cool place to come. The only annoying part though is that because it's all in the glass cases and there's no people around, a lot of it I just couldn't buy, and I probably would have if I was able to. Maybe I just come on a bad day, or maybe it's just my ignorance not being able to find somebody, but yeah, it was a bit tough. Aren't these little Paimons just so adorable? The egg! There was also a section of framed autographs from voice actors, manga authors, and anime stars, so that was cool to see. And, oh man, found this electronics boutique sign that looked so old. In Australia, a very long time ago now, they converted electronics boutique to EB Games. And I don't know if anywhere else in the world still serves electronic boutiques, but yeah, cool to see, I guess something sort of historical to gaming culture. Games-wise, we didn't see a lot of consoles or second-hand games. There was a few floors with new things like Switch games, PlayStation games, Xbox games, etc. I think once upon a time this was also a bit of a mecca for retro games, but that's maybe faded out with the times and the internet a little bit. There was also a section of the center that had some gallery type stuff for NIKKI, Goddess of Victory, which I am a big fan of. It was cool to see these huge cutouts, and they had a massive collection of collectibles that I didn't buy because I was waiting to see the exhibition itself. In hindsight, there was probably more available here than there was actually at the exhibit at fairer prices. But you live, you learn. I was still stoked to see everything they had, all the little signatures. I think they recently had people in the area for the exhibition, so yeah, great vibes. If you are a fan of NIKKI Goddess of Victory, definitely tune in next week for my coverage of the exhibition in Hyundai. As I finished up on the 7th, 8th and 9th floors, we decided to venture down a little bit and see what they had on the electronics and tech sections. There was quite a large music section, some vintage cameras and all sorts of bits and pieces as well. I think in total we ended up spending maybe 3 or 4 hours at this electronics center. You honestly could spend the whole day here if you had the time to rummage through different bits and pieces, or you had something specific you were looking for to seek out. You could just go wild here. The advice I wanted to give people with this video was don't always listen to the recommendations online. There is so much here, and honestly this is one of the highlights of my whole trip shopping wise. There are so many fancy centers and malls throughout Seoul, but there was nothing else like this, and I was so glad it was a rainy day and we just decided to go for a shop and come here. I would have been really sad if we missed out on it. Yes, maybe it's true that it's a bit more rundown than it used to be, and maybe there's less vendors than there used to be. But it's also true that this was literally the best anime store I visited in my life, the most affordable, the best variety, and the most fun to explore. And I've got a hunch that if you did come here looking for computer parts or cameras or phones or old software or tech, you would find whatever you were looking for here at a very reasonable price. I would almost bet you will find far cheaper prices here for any of the goods than you would at highly popular commercial and tourist areas like Akihabara. I'm not the biggest shopping girl, but I'm sad to leave here. This place really took a little bit of my heart. This weeb will miss you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're a big old nerd like me, give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this coming every week. Thanks, bye!